Hey guys, welcome to Juicy Tea, where I read out the best stories on Reddit, so you don't have to. The funny, the shocking, the satisfyingly juicy. Happy New Year! Today we're looking back at your favourite relationship drama stories of this year. My husband is getting drinks with a coworker, and I'm terrified. Post by Happy Little Eves. My husband, 35 male, and I, 34 female, have been together for 9 years. Married for 5. He was showing me a video on his phone the other day, and a text came through from a female name that I didn't recognise. I asked who it was, and he said she's a colleague from a company that his company works closely with. He has text previews turned off, so I couldn't actually see what was said, but my suspicions were raised. I know it's wrong, but when he went to the shower that evening, I looked through his phone to see who this girl was and why she was texting him. I found out that they've been getting coffee and lunch during the workday, sometimes to talk about work, and sometimes not. Prior to last week, it was maybe once a month communications to plan these, but then she joined a board that he was on last week. So they had a board meeting, and then seemed to go out as a group for drinks afterwards until about 11 PM. I did know that he was out with his colleagues during this time and wasn't concerned. What is concerning is that he texted her that night, making sure she got home safe, and telling her how much fun he had, but he'd been hoping to have more opportunities to talk to her, instead of everyone else. The next morning, he texted her good morning, and asked her to drinks one-on-one next week. She agreed, and he said he couldn't wait. Of course, I looked her up, and she's a very beautiful woman, probably in her mid-20s. I asked again who she was, and what the conversation was. He reiterated that she's just a colleague and is helping him get connected with exciting opportunities in her organisation. I know he's been really focused on networking, and she has a lot of high-up community connections that it looks like she's introduced him to. He's also a really friendly guy who likes to be involved through board work and professional groups. I don't want to go scorched earth and accuse him of anything inappropriate, since my insecurity has been a major issue I've had to work through in the past. But I'm terrified he's gonna cheat on me. Would this send off alarm bells for you? And how would you respond without accusing him and possibly ruining the marriage? Okay, so going out as a group for drinks is fine. Getting coffee and lunch during the workday is fine, although he probably should have told you. Telling her how much fun he had and that he'd been hoping to talk more with her instead of everyone else? Red flag. Texting her good morning? Red flag. Asking her to drinks one-on-one? Red flag! Ding ding ding! He just jumped right over that platonic line. This is super unprofessional behaviour from a colleague. Someone in the comments made a great point. Would he text Bob, "Good morning, I had so much fun with you last night and wish I'd got to spend more time with you alone. Wanna go for drinks one-on-one?" Bob would probably think he wants something romantic, and he wouldn't be wrong. He straight up asked her on a date. What do you guys think she should do? Should she confess to snooping through his phone and then ask him about her? Or ask her husband questions she knows the answers to see if he lies? Or just sit on it and see if anything more happens? Let me know down in the comments. Neighbour's daughter texted my husband happy birthday. Post by a throwaway. She's 19 and my husband's 37. I'm not sure what to think about this. Friday was my husband's birthday. He wakes up at 4 AM to get ready for work every morning. He left his phone on the nightstand when he went to shower. I heard his phone vibrate twice and saw a text from Caroline, who's our neighbour's daughter. I unlocked the phone and saw there was 3 messages from her in the thread. One said, "Night," and the other 2 were from this morning, "Happy birthday," and the kissing emoji. I'm not sure what to think about this. My husband hasn't given any signs that he's having an affair. I think that may have been your first sign. Caroline has babysat our kids a few times in the past, which is the reason for my husband having her number. His birthday went normal, and I didn't notice anything suspicious. My husband is an orthopedic surgeon and had surgery on Friday, which I was able to confirm. He came home, we celebrated his birthday as a family, were intimate as usual, and nothing was off. Yesterday I had a long shift, and my husband took the kids with him to his parents. Should I try and get more evidence before I confront him? Or should I do it sooner rather than later? Sounds like he deletes his messages right after getting them, and just hadn't seen the goodnight and 2 morning messages yet. I bet if you checked his phone when he gets home, those messages would mysteriously be missing too. If you're gonna look for evidence, I'd suggest checking to see if those messages you saw have indeed been deleted. It wouldn't prove the affair, but it will prove that he's definitely deleting her texts. The next step is to see if you can see his deleted messages. People in the comments are explaining how to access them. Make sure you save the evidence and quietly talk to a divorce lawyer. If he's gonna act sneaky, you should too. Get all your ducks in a line before he even knows you're suspicious and starts deleting the evidence. I just took a DNA test and it turns out I'm 100% not my dad's son. Post by OpenLightShe7587. For as long as I can remember, my parents' marriage has been happy and stable. They were high school sweethearts and my dad proposed to her at their senior prom, or so they say. Nowadays, they're your stereotypical old couple, just as in love as the day they married. For Thanksgiving, one of my friends bought DNA kits for a whole friend group. He's super into genealogy and family trees, and I guess wanted to share his hobby. I just got my results back, and my biological father was found. Except, he's not the man I grew up calling my dad. He's some rando from New Jersey. He hasn't reached out to me, and I have no intention of reaching out to him. I have to admit, he does look like me, but he doesn't look anything like my sister at all. That means that either my sister is my dad's real daughter, or that my mum cheated multiple times. I do know that my dad's family has a history of fertility issues, and that his identical twin brother can't have kids at all. I don't want to blow up my parents' lives, and regardless of my DNA, my dad is still my dad. He raised me and loved me like his own, and that's all that matters to me. But there's a voice in the back of my mind telling me that my dad deserves to know that his wife cheated and that he raised another man's child. But then, will he ever look at me the same? What if he disowns me out of rage? And what about my mom? She lives off his pension and home business. But she's a cheater, so maybe I shouldn't consider her feelings? I don't know, I had to tell someone, so I figured Reddit would be a good place. I'm going to think about what I should do for a while before taking any drastic action. I have the power to destroy my parents' lives, and I don't take that lightly. For context, OP is a 27-year-old guy. Relevant comments. Board Panda says, kinda depends on the couple, age, religion, etc. Yeah, that's a good point. You literally have no idea what happened around your conception, unless they told you something. It's very possible something else happened other than cheating. Yeah, OP keeps saying she cheated with absolute certainty, but there's so many other situations that could have caused this. For example, perhaps they broke up, she got pregnant, then they got back together, and he knows you're not his, but chose to raise you as his own anyway. People often don't like to talk about or remember their relationships as anything other than fairy tale perfect. Or maybe due to his infertility issues, they used IVF and a sperm donor. Or maybe something horrific happened to your mother. Or maybe she really did cheat. Maybe talk to your mum first. I know you're angry right now, but cheating is only one of multiple reasons for this. Last question. Did your DNA come back 100% your mum as your mum? Cause that happened on Reddit before. A guy DNA tested his daughter and found out that she wasn't his and flipped on his wife. After tons of work in testing mum, they found out that their child had been switched in the hospital. OP. Her family's never done DNA testing, so I don't know. My parents have been honest with me about other embarrassing things, so I just can't see them keeping something like that from me. But I suppose it's possible. If it's the last one, they probably don't even know themselves. OP. I know people think I'm acting immature by jumping to cheating, but my gut is telling me that it can't be something as simple as a sperm donor or adoption. We're a family, we tell each other everything, me and my dad especially. And I just can't believe that they'd hide something as important as who gave me the blood in my veins. I don't know, I guess I won't know until I talk to my mum. Update. Alright, so first off, I just want to say, you're half right. Secondly, I want to explain more in depth why I didn't think it could be a sperm donor. My family, my dad especially, hold honesty as one of, if not the highest values. The angriest I've ever seen my dad was when I covered up a bad grade in high school. My point is that lying is considered the greatest sin in my dad's eyes. He always told me that a man is only as good as his word. The thought of my dad keeping something like that from me was nearly unthinkable. The reason I went straight to cheating rather than something like SA was that I don't look anything like my dad. And because of this, my cousins teased me my entire childhood. They called my mum a behind her back, and combined with my rocky relationship with my mum, this always made me suspect that my mum had cheated. So the kids essentially primed him to believe that she cheated, and the bullying made him resent her. I feel like OP should look into getting some kind of therapy or counselling for this resentment towards his mum, because it is absolutely not her fault, and it could definitely be impacting their relationship. The DNA test only confirmed my suspicions, which is why I was so adamant that that's what happened. Now, with a clearer head, I realised that those biases were affecting my judgment. Anyway, I called my mum the other day and explained about the DNA test. She chuckled, and instead of confessing to cheating like I thought she would, or using a sperm donor like you guys thought she would, she said to me, "I guess we couldn't keep this forever. Okay, I guess it's time you knew." And then proceeded to tell me this absolutely wild story. She told me what I'd already guessed about my dad's fertility, that he's completely unable to have biological children. Yeah, the twin brother being completely infertile is a bit of a giveaway. Apparently, my parents didn't have the cash for a sperm donor or adoption, but they wanted a kid more than anything else in the world. What they agreed to do was for my mum to drive to the next state over and have unprotected intercourse with men in hopes she'd get pregnant. What the f? Yeah, that was definitely not one of my suspicions. Luckily they didn't catch something, I guess. Apparently, she tried to choose guys who had similar features to my dad so that the extended family wouldn't get suspicious. Luckily for my parents, my sister came out looking like a clone of my mum. 3 years later, my parents did the same thing, and that's where I came from. I mean, kids don't always look exactly like their parents. I look nothing like either of mine, but I know I'm biologically theirs because I look similar to my sisters, and very similar to one of my nieces, who's from my dad's side. As I said before, I look nothing like my dad. I do have some features from my mother's side, but absolutely nothing from my dad's, other than the fact that I have lots of freckles, and so does my dad and a few of his relatives. Turns out, my biological father is also covered in freckles. I asked my mum if my sister knows, and she said that my sister doesn't know. My mum asked for help telling her because my sister's been hinting that she wants to do a DNA test before having kids, which she wants to have soon. I agreed. I'll be going over to my sister's place to talk to her soon, and the current plan is to have my parents on Zoom. I don't think I'll be updating again, so get your "I told you so's" out of the way now. So, I guess the whole "honesty is the highest value" is just a load of bullcrap, eh? Hey, at least your father can never use that against you ever again. Oh, you lied about being busy that day? Well, you lied about being my dad. Not the most mature response, but Also, not that they should, because it'd be hella messed up if they did, but they could totally have sued for child support from your bio dads. Although, that would mean visitation, so maybe not. Am I the a-hole for breaking up with my girlfriend via Reddit? Post by Difficult Search 327. I made this Reddit account to address you. I won't put your name out there, but I know that you regularly read posts like these. I'm sure you'll know it's about you when you're reading it. I, 29 male, caught my girlfriend, 31 female, cheating on me. This time, I have undeniable proof that she lied to my face about it. We've been friends for about 5 years and started dating 3 years ago. I loved this woman with everything I had, and I truly thought that she felt the same. A few months ago, we hit a rough patch and argued a lot. I really thought we were going to break up. I hit rock bottom. I was severely depressed. One Saturday, we had plans to attend a wedding together. We live a fair distance away and neither of us had a car, but we didn't mind taking the extra steps to make it work. That morning, I asked what time you'd be coming over so that we could get ready and head out. I even offered to pay for your Uber. You said, okay. Hours went by. I didn't hear from you, and I started spiraling. I had a panic attack. I checked your location, and it wasn't your house. It was some random parking lot. I messaged you. No reply. After a while, your location just turned off. I was worried sick and kept calling. No answer for 6 hours. I was panicking. Then at 9:30 PM, note this time, you finally picked up. Your first words were, "Are you okay?" And I just broke down crying, asking, "Are you okay?" You told me that your phone died and you were just out with friends from school. And I believed you. You'd never lied to me before. Or so I thought. The next day, I couldn't even get out of bed. Depression hit me like a truck. You came over to comfort me, but something felt off. I tried to shake it off, thinking that maybe it was just in my head. In the morning, I placed your Apple Watch on the charger. That's when I saw the messages from you to your friend from school that you hung out with the day before the wedding. One said, "He was growling in my ear." Another said, "I had to cover up my hickeys like I was in school." Sent around 9:30 p.m, the exact time that I was crying to you on the phone. When you got out of the bathroom, I saw the marks on your neck. When I asked, you said they were from scratching. On the way to work, I brought up the messages. You said you were lying to your friend, that you made it all up. I didn't believe you, but I swallowed it, and I swept it under the rug. Today, I was at your house as your family had a birthday party for your brother. Your family was there, some of your friends, and some of our mutual friends were there too, including the one that celebrated you cheating and lying. The house was packed. I drank quite a bit because I knew I wasn't going to have the courage to do what I did. I went to your room and lay down in your bed, saying that I didn't feel well. And after some time, I told you that I was going home and ordered an Uber. I'm in the Uber now, typing this up, along with the iPad that I gave you. While lying in your bed, I found it, and I didn't just find the proof of you cheating, I found everything. The day that you turned off your location, you were the guy that you play Call of Duty with. I'm mad at myself for not catching on how often you played with him and how you laugh at his jokes. I saw the messages, how you guys talked for months, and how you planned to meet up at a hotel after he picked you up from work, how you kissed him in your car, how you told him that we were broken up, and you sending a picture of the hickeys he gave you, and guess what? Those messages sent at 9:45 p.m, the same time that I was breaking down on the phone, and you were telling me that everything was okay. How inconsiderate could you effing be, hearing someone that you claim to love cry on the phone, while texting a friend about him and your infidelity? Speaking of that friend, I saw the conversations celebrating your decision to cheat, and laughing about how you got away with it, gassing each other up for lying to me. And I found more. I found the flirty messages with multiple Uber drivers. I found out that the ring that you said was from your late grandmother was actually from your ex-boyfriend. You wore it our entire relationship. I found messages to him telling him you were single, that you will always love him. I saw more messages from your Call of Duty duo with him, saying very explicit things. I also found the flirty pictures you sent to multiple men. Some of those pictures were from outings that we went to together. All of this, and yet you talked about marrying me? You're a POS. Normally, I'm not a petty person, but F it. By the time I press post, I'd have already sent screenshots of everything. To your friends, the ones who'll be ashamed of you. To your family, the ones who'll disown you. To your Call of Duty buddies, the ones who knew nothing about your double life. And to my family, to our friend group, and to that one awful friend that knew everything and still smiled to my face at the party, and is still probably there thinking everything is great. Every person who ever believed in us will know the truth. I've never been more disappointed in anyone in my entire life. You made this bed, now lie in it. So, am I the a-hole for exposing my disgusting, cheating girlfriend and breaking up with her via Reddit? Update, if anyone's wondering, I'm doing okay. Something just clicked when I was going through those messages. For the first time, I truly realized that I am worthy of love, and that the first person who needs to give me that love is me. Out of all the options I had in that moment, the one I chose felt like the smartest. If I'd confronted her in private, she could have manipulated the narrative, or gaslit me into doubting what I saw. If I'd gone downstairs and made a scene, I would have been surrounded by her friends and family, which would have turned into a screaming match where I'd be outnumbered. So I removed myself from the situation and let the truth unravel on its own. Just to clear a few things up, we both had our location shared on iPhone. I wasn't stalking her. The flirty photos weren't nudes. And even still, I didn't send those pictures out, only the text conversations between her and the guys that she was messaging. Sending those pictures to people would be wrong on another level, and I'll never stoop that low. After I left, I took an Uber home, grabbed a few things, and went to stay at a friend's place for the night. I've already signed up for therapy, scheduled an STI test, and I'm planning on taking boxing and pottery classes, just to keep myself active and focused. While I was staying over, one of her Call of Duty friends messaged me. Turns out the guy she slept with has a wife and kid. I'm not sure how that situation is unfolding, but I hope his wife finds out. I mean, you could help that along. That friend also told me that she's been removed from their squad. Our mutual friend group has shown a lot of support. One of them even removed her as a bridesmaid from their upcoming wedding and blocked her entirely. I thought everything had finally calmed down, until I came back home this morning. I'd blocked her on everything, so there was no way for her to reach me. Instead, she showed up. She drove her parents' car to my house and sat outside until she saw me. As I was walking into my door, she came out crying hysterically, a messy mix of sadness and rage. Why is she upset? What the fuck? What has she got to be mad about? I didn't say a word, just walked inside and closed the door while she yelled from the other side until she eventually left. Later that day, her brother called me. He apologised on behalf of the family. He said everything seemed normal after I left until their mum checked her phone. She pulled my ex aside, trying to keep things quiet. But then her aunt, the one who talks a lot, shouted, "You cheated on your boyfriend?" in front of everyone. And that blew the lid off. According to him, their family has a history of infidelity and it caused some serious pain in the past. So this incident not only reopened old wounds, but more cheating scandals within the family were exposed that same night. This party was supposed to be a reconciliation moment for relatives who haven't seen each other in years. And the friend who celebrated the cheating with her, she got cussed out so badly by the family that she left in tears. Her brother doesn't blame me for anything. He even said that I handled it better than most would have, and he's here if I need anything. Honestly, the only thing I feel bad about is unintentionally ripping apart a family that was trying to move forward. I had no idea that all of this was going on behind the scenes, and I do feel like a jerk for being the grenade that set it all off. Nah, her brother's right, it was her actions that set it all off. Update 2. Mentally, I'm doing okay. I'd be lying if I said this hasn't been hard. It has. Some days are better than others. Part of me still has the urge to unblock her, just to see what she might have to say, but I haven't, and I won't. A quote I saw on Twitter has been helping me stay grounded. It said, "Because no amount of 'I love you' can erase the fact that you look to my worth, weighed it against your urge, and picked the urge." I made that quote my phone's lock screen. It's a constant reminder not to give in. On the health front, I'm clean, thankfully. I'm also currently looking to move. I don't want to risk her showing up at my place again. Therapy's been going great. Pottery though, I suck horribly, but I'll continue to go. I still carry some guilt about what happened with her family. I know I didn't cause the fractures, but I lit the match that exposed all of it. According to one of her friends, she's aware of the post. That same friend messaged me calling me a dick, claiming that this was an invasion of privacy and that I should have talked to her one-on-one instead of going public. I didn't respond. After everything that's happened, I've said my piece. I'm not interested in debating my healing process with people who enable her. Right now, I'm focused on moving on. Good on OP for staying strong. It's easy to sit on the sidelines and think, dump them! But when you're deep in it, it can be so tempting to accept the excuses and just forgive them rather than face the hard truth. But it wasn't just one incident of her giving into an urge. She cheated over and over. Like, I don't think this girl is capable of loyalty. Anyways, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. Have an amazing rest of your day. Bye!